A very good evening to you. Thanks for joining us on the Tuesday edition of the show. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Well, tonight is all about the Olympics, Team Nigeria, and of course the Euros. That's all we're going to be doing on the show tonight. The show, the package is dedicated to those three things. Of course, we've been waiting for the kids. Now we have it. We've seen it. We'll talk about it. And of course, the stakeholders giving us their opinion and assurances that Nigeria will do well at the Olympics. That's the outlook of the show for tonight. It's a two-man show. My colleague Austin Okunakman is suited and ready as we take you on this trip. A jolly ride. We'll try to make it across the money-spinning world of sports.
What a great things to you, Yemi, and of course, everyone joining us on the show tonight. Still an action-packed world of sports, Yemi. What a story. The Euros, fireworks everywhere in the semi-final game between Spain and France. France, by the way, scored their first goal at the competition from open play after 87 attempts. And we tell you, yes, the French team, they're back. But no, not this Spanish team that we've been giving so much praises from the start of the competition. Lamine Yamal, remember that name, Lamine Yamal. He is just 16 years, 362 days old, and he is smashing the record. He becomes the youngest scorer ever at any European football competition. He has also smashed Pele's record of being the youngest player to compete in the semi-finals at a major football competition. What a story. It's Spain 2, France 1.
All right. And of course, we'll do our best to be your eyes and your ears if you're not watching that game. That's our job. That's what we're here for. I will let you know what's happening in that game right there in Germany. All right, let's introduce our guest in the Lagos studio today. Kehinde Idris joins us. Kehinde, greetings to you. Thanks for finding time to be with us on the show. Many of those you had to cross, we appreciate that.
Yeah, it's always good to be here. And, always a beautiful lineup. Action, reaction going on at the Euros, Copa America also there. But definitely, there is something about home. So the Olympics really catches my attention on the menu because I know we'll drill into how our preparation are. And you asked something last week. Are we feeling the buzz that the Olympics is around the corner? It's 17 days to go.
All right, of course, this just came in before we got into the studio. So before we talk about the Olympics, let's do a little bit of football, politics, and just to let you know that the president of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, of course, is supporting Nigeria's FIFA Council re-election bid. So just to put that out there. He is expressing strong support, that's the president, for Nigeria's bid for re-election into the FIFA Council. The FIFA Council is a principal decision-making organ of the organization. And of course, the council comprises of 37 members. Of course, you already know the person who currently is in that position is the former NFF president, Amaju Pinnick. He is a two-term president of the Nigeria Football Federation. So it's good news, support coming from the very top. Let me allow Austin react to that quickly. This just came in before we were able to even sit down in the studio. And if support is coming from the highest level, then surely there's every likelihood that everything will go well.
That's what it is. I mean, I keep saying it that for a country's sports to do well, be it action on the pitch, administration, programs, advocacy, the presidency must be involved. And I like this one so well because I remember at the time Amaju Pinnick was going for this FIFA Council position in 2021. Can you believe it? Almost done. I was hearing talks about, it's self-ambition. It's just for his name. And I said, no. If you know how important it is to have a Nigerian in there, then we must support him. This is not an issue of Wazobia. It's a Nigerian that is in there. So I like this coming from the presidency. And President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has done something that I like. His office is always in the forefront of things that we want to hear. For instance, look at the anti-doping bill. The office said, look, we're not joking with this. We will We will make sure that it's implemented. Nigerian athletes are clean, integrity is respected in the sport. I loved it. Look at, again, what's happening with the Olympics. They've given the Minister of Sports Development everything that they need to make sure Nigeria does well, and they have passed it on to the NOC and the PCN. Fantastic. And now this is football administration and politics. I say, wait, a Nigerian is in there, so it's national interest. And so he has said, we're going to support Amajupene, who is seeking re-election into the FIFA Council. People don't understand how powerful this FIFA Council is. That is where they make decisions. The creme de la creme rules and regulations, and everybody involved in it, that is the office that is in charge. And for us to have a Nigerian in there who understands football administration, who can actually find a way to see ways that Nigeria has got a voice in international football politics, then this is a good one. I like it. I love the fact that the presidency, they've said we need to support him, and that's the right thing for us to do as a country.
All right. We hope he retains his seat, and we hope that Nigeria benefits from that. Before I get Idris talking, he said he's excited to talk about this next bit of news item. All right. Let's talk about the Olympics now. I'll go across just to let you know. We'll continue with our countdown to the Olympics. It's upon us now, and there you have it, 17 days to go. I think the question is out of place if I'm asking anybody if they are feeling the vibes. You have to feel the vibes. 17 days to go. Okay, let me go to you straight. How do you feel? You're feeling the vibes. It's sure, it's clear. Everybody knows that. But how do you feel about the Olympics? And I'm very sure you would want to talk about Nigeria, but 17 days to go. What's it feeling like? What's it looking like?
I think the vibes are there, the buzz around the world. But you would pardon the Olympics a bit, the Euros, the Copa America, taking a bit of shine. There is a reason why football is called the mother of all sport, or in some cases, father of all sport. It gets everybody's attention. The transfer window, talks of movement and all of that. A lot of persons are caught by that. But there is a way the Olympics have also gotten in the streams, news upon news. Last week we were talking about, how the broadcasting of the Olympics, live broadcast, will run. And I heard people who were talking about it on the street,
Kenny Idris, in our picture, you're looking at the medals, and you're just hoping that Nigerians will have, hopefully Nigerians will get to wear a lot of this, all the colors, maybe more of the gold anyway. Also, you're looking at this gold, well made, looking really good. And what you can only wish for is that Nigerians get to take home a lot of these medals. I mean, Kehinde Idris, looking at this picture and all of that, just like I said, even though a lot of people have said, well, we'll do better than 96, you look at these medals, I hope we win many of them.
Yeah, we have our fingers crossed. Hopefully, our team will get us a lot. But also, we're hyped. Some of the sports that we've discussed. I think we've got a good build to the Olympics. I know the best of the best to be at the Olympics. But they say if you want to be the best, you just must beat the best. And that is what the Olympics serves you. If you're not a top athlete in your nation, in your continent, you won't be at the Olympics. You need to be that top athlete. Then you come to the global stage, which is the Olympics, and knock out every other body. I can remember one of the moments of the last Olympics. I jump, the Italian and also the, I think Saudi Arabian, they had to share the medal at the end of the day. For the first time, they spoke with, the management, and they both got gold because they kept on scaling, and they said no.
And people don't want to sit down all day looking at that.
Let's stop it. And Basham, Basham said, I can share my medal, with him, and it happened. These are moments everybody live for. Like they say, it is enough that you're an Olympian. It is even more beautiful that you're going home with a medal. And I think everybody who is part of the team Nigeria wants to do that. But also, everybody who is part of any team from around the world wants to wear one of those. And then the medal looks beautiful. All right. Takes us back to some 1940-something where the Greeks had to host.
All right. So, interesting times ahead. So let's come home now. That's home is where the heart is. We're looking at those medals. Looks good. But we're hoping that Nigeria gets to win a lot of those medals. So, Austin, let's talk about all of this. We've been expecting it now. It has happened. The Sports Minister, John Owan Eno, handed over Team Nigeria contingents to the NOC. They've been receiving a lot of flack from Austin of late. And of course, the Paralympic Committee of Nigeria to the athletes were handed over, a brief ceremony. Some speeches were made. And to me, that's the dress rehearsal. Let the games begin.
Let the games begin, with 17 more days to go, we want to start seeing walk-ins, And these are walk-ins that serious countries show that when they go to the Olympics, they impress and we give them applause and then we say, well done. And people just don't understand when we, the media in Nigeria, want to see these things. For instance, I've said, let's see kids. We need to see kids. That's just basic representation. Now we've seen kids, but we are still asking questions. 2 weeks ago, one set of kids were released, actively black. Yesterday, 2 days ago in Abuja, at the handover and farewell ceremony that the viewers can see, the ministry unveiled new sets of kits. Now, see, that's the Ministry of Sports Development, represented by the minister, handing over the flag for the Paris Olympics to the NOC president, Abu Gumel, and doing the same to the PCN president right there. So that makes it their show. Sport development, we've done our part. The presidency, they've released money. NOC, PCN, take Nigeria to the Olympics and give us good representation. On the 9th of April, the Super Falcons qualified for the Olympics. And I was on TV saying that this NOC, they've showed incompetence in some areas. In some areas. For instance, why haven't they come out to explain the issue of the 2 kits that is out there now? If you talk, they would describe it as street media. I just want the NOC, the PCN, in fact, every federation and anybody involved with sports administration in Nigeria, the media is out there to watch for the people. Now, this is the kit that was unveiled yesterday in Abuja. It's peak. We know peak, and they've been doing stuff for Team Nigeria. But what about the one that was also unveiled and put all over social media 2 weeks ago? If this confusion is out there, come out and say something. Don't keep quiet because people are asking questions. That's incompetence that I'm always talking about. NOC. These are the distractions you should avoid when you're preparing for a major competition as the Olympics. But I'm happy that this went well. I love our Paralympians. They were happy during this unveiling of the kits in Abuja. The farewell ceremony went well. People are in good spirits now. Ese Brome was there to also model the kits. She won bronze at the Tokyo Olympics. I'm still rooting for her to go all the way in Paris. She's a top athlete. But you see, our athletes are doing their parts. Administration must be top notch. That's Ese Brome right there, star girl. And she looks good in the kit. I said it on my socials that this looks good. But people start saying, there was one that was released some weeks ago. What about that one? Where's the place of that kit? So these accountability, please, leadership in Nigeria, we must know this. People are investing money, emotions, expectations, so much. You just can't take an action and you don't explain to people. This is what I've been trying to tell the NOC since April the 10th. Now this is July the 9th. And they are still showing that same level of incompetence that I talked about. So I like the fact that this ceremony was done in Abuja, and then the athletes look ready to go to the Olympics. Let's listen to the NOC president, Abu Gumel, and Sunday Odibode. They are in high spirits. I love it. Team Nigeria is coming.
Your Excellency, the para-athletes have worked hard, well prepared to ensure the podium performance at the Games. The athletes, like in the previous game, have made the country proud by winning laurels for the nation. This year will not be an exception. We are committed to surpass our previous record. At the Paralympic Games in Tokyo, the athletes won medals in 3 sports. Nigeria participated with gold, silver, and bronze medals. This year we have qualified in more sports, and we are assuring that the will not let the country down.
Olympic Games is arguably the greatest sporting spectacle on planet Earth, and we are delighted that when the Olympic flame is ignited at the grand opening ceremony in Paris on 26 July this year, the best of Nigerian athletes will be there to join the 15,000 strong elite athletes of the world in celebrating the best of global sports. So on behalf of the Nigerian Olympic family, we want to acknowledge and appreciate the firm commitment of the federal government to support development in Nigeria and specifically for the welfare of our sportsmen and women. The commitment is openly expressed by Mr. President himself, as well as the Honorable Minister of Sport Development. Winning an Olympic medal is an appeal task that requires comprehensive deployment of strategy, talent, and resources. That is why the Nigerian Olympic Committee has always been committed to supporting the effort of government by providing Olympic training scholarship for our athletes that help them both to qualify and participate in the Olympic Games. We urge the federal government to make budgetary allocations starting from the year 2025 for a stronger Team Nigeria. It is very important because to win gold medal in the Olympic game, at least you have to train for a period of not less than 4 solid years. And that is the reason why we are appealing that we have to start preparing for Los Angeles from the year 2025. Every year, 25, 26, up to 2028, budgetary allocation should be made available so that the athlete will continue to train and prepare for the Olympic Games. Similarly, government is in a better position to encourage the private sector to support sports development, even if it has to be done by way of legislation.
Let's say Nigeria Olympic Committee President Abu Gumel at that handover and farewell ceremony in Abuja. Kende Idris, I don't know about you, but I've said what I've said to the NOC. This is your show. You need to own it and do the right things.
And the moment, like you said, somebody speaks up, the person becomes becomes enemy of the state. I can remember last Olympics, it was a show of shame when our own Olympians had to go onto the streets of Tokyo with placards complaining of several things. I saw that video, Chukwuebuka Enekwechi, doing a laundry of his own kit because he has one, so he wears it today. You have to wash it tonight, and then it is dry for you to wear it tomorrow. These are things that when we say in our field we talk about post-mortem. These are things that you do after the Olympics. You sit down. Where did we get it wrong? How did this go like this? How can we get it better? But we're talking 17 days, and we still have huge complaints, and it begs a lot of questions. Is it that you guys don't know that the Olympics are around the corner, or you guys are just naive to a lot of things? It's painful because I say time and time again, you see all of those athletes you saw on your TV, they'll wake every morning. If it is the gym, if it's the field, if it's the ring, if it's the track, they will put in their shift every day. Ask any of them. No day passes without any of these athletes putting in the shift they need to put in. And I ask a simple question. You who are the administrators, because every decision that you take affect these athletes who are putting their shift to achieve a whole lot. What do you do every day when you wake and go to your office? You just sit there, have some tea, relax, and then go back home. And then some days to the tournament, we start doing fire brigade approach. Always, we feel there is something about Nigerians, and the spirit of Nigeria will take us to a competition and we'll just go there, grab the medal or the trophy. It doesn't happen. We've seen it over and over again. Complete failure every now and then. I don't know when this whole thing will change, but it's looking like we're pressing another destruct button. And the Paris is 17 days. 17 days is no days. Is here.
Yeah, well, I really don't want to. You guys have said it all, so I don't think I should add any other thing. It looks gloomy, but I'm trusting the Niger spirit. Maybe will give us something. But trust me, if we win anything, it's not because we're prepared. We just have to say that. All right, we need to go on a break, catch our breath, probably change the mood, and put some laughter into it. Let's go on a break now.
And I think that preparations for these Olympics, although we may not have been able to get it right yet, I mean, since becoming Minister of Sports Development, everywhere I've gone to, in addition to what the Olympic Committee and the Paralympic Committee have kept saying, is that you need 4 years to prepare for an Olympic. And I'm glad that I've listened to him make a request, Engineer Bugomel, and it's correct. There's no reason, for example, that an international sporting engagement like the Olympics that comes every 4 years, there's no reason why government also make yearly budgetary provision for the preparation for the Olympics and for the Paralympics. There's no reason, especially given the appetite that our countrymen and women have for our performance and for victories and for perfection in these sports. The budget that was submitted for both of the games, the Olympic Games and the Paralympic Games, was all fully approved by Mr. President. And it's important that we acknowledge that. We therefore have no excuse whatsoever. I mean, I've heard of stories, Olympics after Olympics, where there is a particular request of a certain sum of money and where some other sum of money is approved, so to speak. That is not what this president has done. He has approved the entire budget. So it's up to us and it's up to our sportsmen and women that are traveling abroad to represent us to try to reciprocate that, to try to encourage the president to continue to do more. It's not the first time he's done so. He did so in December for all our football national teams, male and female. He's done it again for the Olympics and for the Paralympics. So given the credible efforts by both government and the ministry, as well as other responsible agencies that have continued to show support, it's important that the delegation that is traveling for this national tour of duty regard themselves as going to perform an ambassadorial function for the country. They are going as ambassadors for Nigeria. I know what ambassadors are supposed to represent. Ambassadors are supposed to represent everything that is perfect.
All right, the Minister of Sports, John Owen Eno, speaking his mind. And hopefully when we all return from the Olympics, there'll be things to smile about. There's really nothing to be done at this point. It's just 17 days ago, but just to wish all the athletes representing Team Nigeria all the best. Well, on that occasion where the sports minister, the NOC president, the Paralympic committee president spoke, you also had Federation president of Sports Federation presidents speaking their mind as well. Let's listen to some of them, and we'll come back to still talk about Team Nigeria as we continue the countdown to the Olympics.
Olympic Committee, Engineer Abu Gumel, and also who is the charge d'affaires of the French embassy here present with us, and of our respected federations here present, aides of the at the VIP lounge of the Bushu de Biola.
I'm pretty sure my girls will get into podium. What color, I don't know right now, but they will be in podium. Ayomide and Beauty. Well, preparation was very good. They were in Jabi Lake, had a good preparation. And of course, from here, they are going to Germany. So I'm sure that after that, they should do well.
Well, our expectation is for our athletes to be at the podium, during the two games, both the Olympics and the Paralympic Games. Over the years, we've been preparing for these mega games, and our athletes have been given the necessary opportunity, to display their prowess in terms of their development in their various sport discipline. So as we move tomorrow to the offshore camp in Saarbrücken, Germany, to give them an environment where they will be able to train with other facilities and also train under the weather condition and have similar things with the Paris weather. We believe that our athletes, both our able-body and the Paralympic team, will do Nigerian proud at the end of the two games.
Well, I'm going out there to put up a better performance, to do my very best. I look forward, to winning the competition. Yes, that's what every athlete wants. And hopefully, by the grace of God, I'm able to achieve that which I so desire at the Olympics. Well, preparing for the Olympics hasn't been that easy, really easy, can testify from my coach, Coach Kayode Yaya, and he has been trying his very possible best to put, so many things together to see that I perform well all through the season, most especially at the Olympics. And hopefully, by the grace of God, I'm able to perform really well at the Olympics, and I'm sure.
All right, you listen to Festus Poveni, the man in charge of the rowing. Of course, Olumide Bamiduro, and of course, you also listen to Esa Brumer. All of them, just giving us a glimpse into what to expect ahead of the Olympics. So let's see what they can do. Wish them all the best. We have a lot of ground to cover on the show tonight, so let's move swiftly as we take a look at, of course, the list of Team Nigeria players for table tennis. And of course, we also look at some sports events that Nigeria will participate in. So, Kehinde Idris, what the three of us will do when we look at this list is to begin our own forecast. We've been doing it already. Austin has done his the other time, talk about wrestling and the color, So let's look at it now. I don't want to waste time. I'll allow the others go first because I'm speaking first. So I have the privilege. I'll allow others go first. Then I'll think about what I want to say well. All right. Athletics, badminton, basketball, boxing, canoeing, cycling, football, table tennis, taekwondo, weightlifting, and wrestling. These are sport events Team Nigeria will compete in at the Olympics Paris 2024. So how many medals are we going to get from these 11 events that we're participating in? I know it's difficult to just look at it and say, I think we're going to get something from wrestling. Athletics, football, I don't think so. Basketball, I don't think so. Our chances, basically, athletics, wrestling. Forgive me if I'm pessimistic. Forgive me if I'm pessimistic.
I think you're utterly pessimistic. At least I will go with athletics, wrestling, weightlifting, a bit of table tennis in there. Boxing also will get my utmost attention. Yeah, boxing. Yeah.
You said table tennis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Table tennis.
All right.
Yes, I think it's about
singles or doubles event or team event? Okay.
So maybe I'm utterly optimistic.
You are recklessly optimistic.
Okay. So I think those will be my pick. Also, combat sport, because I think we're doing something fantastic. So I will add a little bit of taekwondo.
No, I think it's too.
Yes, a little bit of taekwondo.
Well, maybe the odd factor. All right, let's yield to Austin. Let's see if he's going to be in between. One is cautiously optimistic, the other is recklessly optimistic. So let's see where Austin stands. You're looking at the events Nigeria will participate in, will compete in. Where do you think the medals will come from?
Let me say I'm Ninja spirit optimistic because I've been following sports in Nigeria, for quite some time, and there are times where you're so sure that it will go the way of Team Nigeria, and it doesn't. And in most cases, you cannot even blame the athletes, because whenever they have an opportunity to represent the country, they do just that. Take, for instance, what happened with Oduayo Adekunle at the last, games. Take example, what happened with the table tennis team in Tokyo. Even our athletes, Toby Amuson was fantastic, but she didn't make it to the podium. She was so close. So the Niger spirit might just do it, But if you want me to talk about some sports where I'm very certain, particularly with the works that I've seen from the federation and the athletes, then definitely with athletics. I talked about it the other day, Toby Amuson. If you hold the world record, the expectation is that you can go all the way at the Olympics, but no pressure. She's our star girl. She can do her thing, if the universe aligns for her, because I know she's well prepared mentally. She's in the United States where infrastructure is top notch. She's still running fantastic times, breaking records, improving on our own, personal time. So Toby Amuson with athletics, yes. Ese Brume with long jump, yes. Favor with Philly, yes. Ruth Usara, yes. Even Chukwuebuka Enekweche, yes. With what we've seen of Chidi Okezie, why not? The relay team for the women, Rosemary Chukwuka, she's running well. Tima, God bless, she's running well. So with athletics, I can go on and on and on and say it can work for Team Nigeria. But you see, this is what I always tell administrators. Everything must align. It's 360 degrees branding. For instance, the way they made me get into the show shouldn't be that. I should come here and praise people for getting, not even praise them. I should just commend you for doing your job, because you ought to do your job, So that would have, made a difference to the conversation if I come here and I say, well done, and well done NOC, well done Ministry of Sports. By the way, well done Ministry of Sports Development, because they've done their bit. They've ensured that the budget is intact and that the presidency, they've approved it to the list, which is so good, which is laudable, But we must ensure that everybody does their part. I've talked athletics, my girls in wrestling.
All right.
Oduayo Adekunle. This will be our third Olympics. So she's got experience in the bag.
All right.
Let's do silver medalist at the last one. This is our fourth Olympics. Experience in the bag. Anna Ruben, this is her second Olympics. She can do something, even the debutants. The table tennis, with the experience that they've gathered also, Aaron Quadri, Jide Omotayo, Edem Ofiong, they can also get us talking.
Okay.
Not to play down other sports, but weightlifting, we want to saw weightlifting at the Commonwealth Games. Why not? With what we've seen Anu Opeyori do with his badminton. Why not? So the Team Niger spirit, optimism, is what I'm taking into this Olympics.
Okay. I think that's a good place to leave it. Austin talked about table tennis, so let's just quickly allow you see the names. Of course, the players that will be representing Nigeria. I was going to see that just behind me. Of course, for the male, you have Olajide Omotayo and Quadri Haruna. For the women, Ofiong, Edem, and of course, Fatima Bello. All right, let's move on the show. We have less than 8 minutes to go on the show. So let's travel to Germany. That's our next spot of call. And of course, Austin will let us know what's happening in the semi-final currently going on. But of course, let's talk about what's going to happen tomorrow. We'll save the best for the last. The Netherlands against England. A lot of people have said a lot of things. Expectations high in some quarters. But let's see what happens. Let's quickly listen to the man who has not played much in this tournament, but a lot has been expected of him because of the balance he can bring to the left side. Luke Shaw, England left back, speaking ahead of the crucial encounter with the Netherlands.
Have been really tough. I think obviously at the start I was expected to come back a lot sooner, but I went through quite a few setbacks, to be honest, but I'm here now. And it was really nice to get on the other night. I've been itching to get some minutes. It's been a long while, but really pleased that I was able to get on the pitch and get some minutes, and of course now hopefully get some more in the next game. But obviously that's solely down to Gareth's decision on what he does. But how I feel, I feel fit and I'm ready to go. We've got world-class players all over the pitch, and I think it's now time. It's getting to the crunch end really about when them players will step up, and I think in these moments that's what you need, and I think everyone's really looking forward to another semi-final, and trying to reach another final.
All right. Two sides to a coin. Let's see if we can quickly listen to Dutch defender Mickey van der Ven. And okay, all right, we're pressed for time. Maybe we'll just leave it at that for now. Kehinde Idris, Austin is furiously checking for results for us in the one that is going on. But in less than a minute, what do you think is going to happen tomorrow in that semi-final?
I'll be going in the way of England because I supported them all the way from the start, but it's been a poor England showing all through. But they wobble, fumble, and continue to move on.
But it seems that the Dutch gradually
getting into the competition. That's where I was going. I think the Dutch is one of the teams that have created most chances in the competition here. Pretty exciting, and I think there will be a handful for England. But England has not played anything great for them to be here. Maybe that same thing would happen tomorrow. But the Netherlands have got a huge cry to get through to the final.
All right, we'll see what happens. All right, Austin, situation report, and of course your thoughts on the second semi-final for tomorrow.
A situation report, the game between Spain and France. It's a first minute being played now. It's still Spain 2, France 1. The French team, they're trying to see if they can catch the Spaniards on the counter, but it's not happening because this Spanish team, as you know, they're very disciplined and at the same time they're offensive. If they catch you on that counter also, you will get punished. That's what we saw with the second goal. So them scoring 2 goals in 4 minutes, it's a good reminder to the French team that they cannot afford to make any mistake. And as we speak, Lamine Yamal with a close chance again to make it 3 for the Spaniard, but it didn't just happen. I said it at the start of the show. Remember that name, Lamine Yamal. He has smashed all of the records. He's just 16 years, 362 days old, and the world standing up on his feet and saying well done to this young Spaniard. Tomorrow, England will take on the Netherlands, and if there's any time the English team needs to show working, it's that game against the Netherlands. If you take a look at the Netherlands, right from the round of 16, they've been improving and showing that they can actually play as a team. They didn't give us, that sort of convincing performance in the group stage, but they are improving with every match. You can't say the same for England. It's been the same old nail-biting, hands on the cheek, and constant hisses from their fans. And if you take a look at the body language of Luke Shaw, he didn't display the sort of confidence that you need going into that semi-final game. But I want to stand with Kehinde Idris, just because I know the inner workings of this English team, and I understand the mentality that they will need to go out to, just do what they need to do to get to the final. So let's see if they can just, turn it around. They showed some level of brilliance and good character again against Switzerland. Nobody should come here and say, they should have won that game. No, with the way the Swiss team have executed their games in these Euros, you know that they're a very good team. So for England to come back through Bukayo Saka and do what they do, and then went on to score 5. This is a young team. Check out the first 3 penalty takers, young guys, and they went on to score 5 penalties. Then we should say some sort of well done to them. I know the media sometimes people think that when you come hard with those criticisms and then you go and bash a team, that's when you're passing the message. No, but I'm seeing some positives in this English team, and I've also mentioned that of the Netherlands. That means we're going to have a fantastic game of football in the second semi-finals, Yemi.
All right, let's wrap things up with the Copa America, and I have some funny words for Kehinde Idris. If Messi ends up winning this Copa, does he become untouchable? Because now people are already putting him on the level with Maradona, with Pele. So if he does now, because at the Copa America, at the semi-finals, now you have Argentina and Canada.
Yeah.
The Canadian coach has been saying a lot of things, but I know he's probably going to get disappointed. Then you have Uruguay and Colombia. Amis Rodriguez somehow
Resurgent.
I don't know what has happened.
Back from the dead.
Yeah, so in a minute before we go, do you think, I mean, Messi's legend status is not in doubt, is not questioned, but if he ends up winning this, does it make him untouchable?
It looks like that. It looks like already some people feel he's already at the peak. Nobody comes close, but I think this will put, it makes it painstaking as it stands. So he wants to do that, and he's really, really riding on how the team is working. So I want to see it happen if it's to happen. But you're looking at Uruguay and Colombia, fantastic. The Copa America is suffering, not getting a lot
under
of
the shadow of the
followership
Euros
because of the Euros. Refined football is going down in the Euros. At the Copa America, they are killing each other, but they're still playing.
It's brutal.
It's brutal.
It's
but they're still playing some very good football. So Argentina, Canada, they played in the group stage. It was this close. Maybe this time it will be closer.
All right. Austin, your thoughts on this one? I think the stars are aligning for Argentina some sort. Lionel Messi not having to do much. We hear it's going to be available for this one. Angel Di Maria as well. The coach has said both players might likely be available. And same question to you. Do you think it becomes untouchable now if it goes on to win, or there's nothing else to be said?
So, my love for Messi already. And I just say, I keep telling you guys all the time that football loves Messi, The guy is just doing effortlessly. I was asking my guys in the football group that when Ronaldo missed the penalty against Slovakia, he went on to score in a crucial shootout, and the world came for him. He even cried when he missed the penalty because he knows that we'll start that comparison. But Messi missed a crucial penalty, and nobody called him out in that game against Ecuador, So it tells you how much football loves him. Is he going to be untouchable? He's already untouchable. Tomorrow, watch the lineup when they are coming out, when the Argentine and the players are already lined up, and see how they wait for Messi to come. When they go on the break, just look at how they expect Messi to come. So if Argentina wins this, particularly with the way the team is set up now and how they are playing, then we just need to write Messi's name up there, give him the respect that he deserves, because you can tell if Argentina wins this Copa America, it's because of the Messi effect. It's because of his presence in the team, his worldwide influence. In fact, not just for Argentina, the entire Copa America, they are blessed to have Messi competing at this competition. I think that's a good place to land. By the way, it's still France 1, Spain 2. 87th minute now being played. It's now or never for the French team. They must do something to keep their competition alive. That's the show in London. I'm Austin Okonakwan. In everything you do, remember, keep talking sports. Bye for now.